Now, burning down barriers. Firefighting is still predominantly a man's world.
According to the National Fire Protection Association, there are more than 1 million firefighters in the U.S., and only 7% of them are women.
And the females who are on the front lines, many are facing similar challenges on the job. Eyewitness News reporter Danielle North is here now with a story you'll see only on Eyewitness News.
We did some digging and found that in Rhode Island there are many departments without a single female on their rosters. But we did sit down with two women who work for the same city and say that in recent years progress has been made. However, there is still more that needs to be done. Sharon Corvo,
never go to the party without a tool,
and Katie Moore,
they're quick,
are two of only 3 female firefighters on the East Providence Fire Department that employs 103 men. On the job, there are constant reminders that the career they've chosen is still an overwhelmingly male-dominated profession, a fact they realized early on in their initial training.
I felt that I was different just because of my size, but everyone was very, very helpful. I knew that I had to present myself a certain way only because I didn't want to be left behind.
She was not left behind. Sharon graduated at the top of her class. She and firefighter Katie Moore are relative newcomers to the profession.
So we're definitely not the first to be doing this, but we're the first to be accepted in doing it.
Since the first paid female firefighters were hired back in the 1970s, the number of women in the profession has climbed slowly. Right now, according to the National Fire Protection Association, about 7% of the nation's firefighters are women. And according to the International Association of Women in Fire Services, there are still a number of barriers that confront females today, ranging from sexual harassment on the job, protective gear and uniforms designed to fit men and not women, and institutional barriers like fire stations built to accommodate only one sex in sleeping, bathroom, and changing facilities.
We have 4 stations. 3 of them are designed wonderfully for men and women, and 1 is in the process of being renovated. And even that one that's being renovated, everybody is really good about making sure everybody has privacy.
Yeah. Surprisingly for these two women, their biggest challenge comes not from their peers, but from the public they serve.
The worst moments are when you are in a client's home and they need your help and you want to help and they call 911 and you show up. Usually it's lifting patients. I don't want you carrying me.
Even the big guys don't do the hard jobs on their own. This department and every department is all about teamwork, you know, we're a family.
Coming up new at 6, we'll take a closer look at how Rhode Island stacks up against the rest of the nation when it comes to the number of female firefighters. Also, a look at the efforts that the Brotherhood is making to try to recruit more sisters to its family. I'm Danielle North, Eyewitness News.
Now, burning down barriers. Firefighters have been around for centuries, risking their lives to save ours.
But despite the fact that hundreds of years have passed, the overwhelming majority of firefighters are still men. And
live at 5, we introduced you to 2 female firefighters in East Providence who are blazing a trail that few have followed.
And new at 6, we're taking a look at how Rhode Island compares to the rest of the country. Eyewitness News reporter Danielle North has a story you'll see only on Eyewitness News.
We examined the rosters of every full-time department in Rhode Island, and we found there are still many departments without a single woman on the front lines. Firefighting, it's still a male-dominated profession. But despite the gender imbalance, firefighters Katie Moore and Sharon Corvo saw an opportunity and went after it.
I think that we kill it as women in this department, and any department. We can do the job just as well. I'm definitely not going to say we do it better, but we all have different things that we excel at.
But if you take a closer look at the rosters of every paid full-time department in the state, Rhode Island falls far behind the national average of women firefighters, which according to the National Fire Protection Association stands at about 7%. In 20 municipal departments, there are almost 1,800 firefighters. Just 31 of them are women. That's about 1.74% of the total firefighting force. We also discovered there are still at least 7 departments without a single female on the front lines.
I think a lot of it is just telling the women that they can do it. A lot of women kind of feel pigeonholed into certain types of careers. It doesn't seem natural to think of a woman going, I could be a firefighter, I could be a cop, I could do construction, I can do these big, strong things.
The barriers that confront fire service women today are numerous. The International Association of Women in Fire Services points to several challenges, including lack of childcare options for workers on 24-hour shifts, uncertainty over behavioral expectations in a mixed gender workforce, and lack of public support for women's presence in the fire service. The United Women Firefighters believes more resources should be devoted to recruiting females and offering more sufficient training to help women better prepare for the challenges of the physical agility test required to become a firefighter.
We're told we can do what we want. We're told we have the same opportunities as men, and we just have to be equally as qualified.
Sometimes we'll take the trucks to schools, and then the little kid, "You're a firefighter? You drive the fire truck?" It's like, "Yes, I do, and you can too."
And while there are ongoing efforts across the nation to try to recruit more women, there is still that debate over the physical agility test standards. Many fire officials believe that relaxing the standards could jeopardize public safety. I'm Danielle North, Eyewitness News.